Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. There's Porter over here trying to help a person out. They got a dryer plug, but it's the older style dryer plugs. It's a 3 prong, and they so happen to have a 4 prong on their dryer. Now we were met with two options: either run a new circuit with new wires for the 4 prong, or change out the dryer cord for a 3 prong. Now, because this is old work, you can get away with keeping the 3 prong because it's not a new install. Now, if this was a new install, we have to do it the correct way with the 4 wires like that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to help them out and install a 4 prong on a 3 wire. The only problem is the ground is not going to be properly grounded on this one, so we got to put the ground on the machine back on the neutral side, so it's kind of like using the neutral as a ground, and that's kind of not what they want you to do. But because these older plugs, if you look at them, they have a heart, two hearts, and a technically that that L is supposed to be the neutral or the ground. So that, it's going to change up a little bit. So see if we can help them out. I think in the panel that neutral, that L is going to the neutral. That's a good question. Is it? You can always test it out and see. It's either going neutral or ground, but neutral and ground is not the same thing. Just so you guys know, this the neutral is grounded and the ground is ground. So let's see if we can help them out here a little bit. Maybe try to get them up and running. I'm trying to set this up so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Put it right about. No, that's not gonna work, is it? Let's see. How about right there? Maybe that might give you guys a pretty good view of what I'm doing. So we're just gonna try to change out this outlet here. First things first. Check for power. We got 120. So that's probably a neutral. We got 120 on this side. We got 240 right there. So that's probably going back to neutral. We'll pull off this cover and kill the power. And just pull this cover off and hope there's a fourth wire back there. If there's not a fourth wire, then we'll just do it the three wire way, which, technically you still can do it that way. If this cover comes out, here we go. Yeah, so we're gonna get 3 wires in there. There's no green wire, which should be your ground wire. Yeah, you got a black, a red, and a white. So we're gonna kill the power and see what we can do. Let's kill the power. And good thing you should do is when you do kill the power, always come back to verify that you did kill the power, and you did kill it. Let me just do just the ground and see if I get a ground here. It's not going to ground. Do it to a copper pipe. No, so it's not. This might be going to a neutral rather than a ground. Oh, there we go. That is going to ground. But then again, either way, it's still gonna be replaced with the other one. So basically what we'll be doing, the dryer will still work, but it just won't have the separate ground and neutral. And I don't know I think they did that way because they don't want the ground and neutral to be connected. They want them to be kind of separate, which makes sense. Because ground and neutral technically are not the same thing. Let's see what we got going on here. Alright, let's see if we can. I don't usually. Let's see what we can do here. Let's loosen up these wires first. Take off these terminals. Kind of tight. Means they've been there for a while. If this video don't come out that great, I apologize because it's kind of tight too. There we go. Loosen them up a little bit. Alright, so we got these all loosened up. We knocked that lock nut off. There should be a lock nut back here somewhere. If there is, maybe there's not. I don't feel one. So they didn't put a lock nut in there. They just, what the heck did they do here? There's no lock nut? That's weird. Or maybe this is one whole unit. Yeah, that's one whole unit. It's interesting. Let's take this off and see what we got. Let's loosen this up a little bit. There's a lot of disconnecting here, so just kind of bear with us until we figure out what we got. You don't know what you have until you get all the way into it. This could be one of the old style connectors. Doesn't seem like there's any. Let's take off this off the wall. Once we take this off, these two screws, that should drop this whole fixture. Let's see what we got here. They had to use flatheads too, huh? Alright, take these off. Let's drop this thing out and see what we have. The whole thing comes right out. So that's, oh, I see what they got. Okay. Guess we could do the same style on the new box. Just use the restraint like that and put it back in the same way. I thought this was like a connector, but this is the one that comes with the box itself. So we'll be moving the 3-prong, and let's see if we can set this one up. I'm gonna always knock this knockout out, so the wire is gonna go in there. Get that knockout out of there. My small screwdriver. All that is just knocking it out. You may have to hit it a little hard, but basically like that. I stuck the screwdriver in it and just kind of pried it out like that. Take it right out of there. So that being out, I'm gonna put the new connector on. Or I could use the stick. Let's see what we got here. Let's do it like, we might as well do it the same way they did it. It comes with a kit, so it has all the hardware inside there. You're gonna put that little restrainer on the back of this. A lot of this is just take your time, you don't want to rush. I apologize for not showing you exactly what I'm doing because I'm trying to get it lined up the right way over here so I can put that all the way down. What I'm doing now is just lining the terminals up on the line these up so they fit in. Line these up so that they're ready to receive the wires the correct way. So just bear with me for a few minutes. Gotta kind of finagle it around a little bit. There we go. Got one in there. If you don't set these up the right way, it's gonna be harder. You see what I'm talking about? These, when you buy them in the store, they're kind of like loose like this. You gotta kind of move it so the screw's facing forward. So I'm gonna do all four of them that way. Get even the ground. I'm not using the ground, but I'll do the ground as well. Just get them all facing forward. Later on down the line, we'll probably run a new cable with 4 conductors in there. I believe that's number 8 wire. So we'll be running 8 4 with, or you could call it 8 3 with ground. Let's see here. Get all these in there properly. This is the way they ship them in this. They ship it from the factory like this. So you gotta kind of line them up. If you don't know how to line them up, you'd be in trouble. Normally I should pause the video, but I'll keep it running. Okay, got one more to do. And all this is a matter of backing the screws out and then sliding that piece down so it locks into like little tabs. Yeah, that one's in there. Okay. So now I got them all facing forward. I don't know if you can see it. All 1, 2, 3, 4. The 2 on the far left are the 2 lines. The ground is obviously the green one, and the white one here, well, it doesn't indicate by white. Oh yeah, it does by the terminal. I think the terminals are different colors. So the brass terminals are the line side, and the silver terminal is will be the neutral. The next thing is I gotta put that bracket on here to keep the wires from pulling through. So that's my next step. I put one screw on the ground somewhere. Hope that I don't need that one. If I do, I'll find it later on. Take a quick look and see if I see it. Yep, I found it. Okay, I don't think I need it, but it's good to have it just in case. Maybe I do need it. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's screw this terminal onto this. Let's take your time doing that. Oh, that is the one I need too. Little butterfingers, that's okay. And unfortunately, they use all flatheads, so you have to do it the conventional way with a screwdriver. So you have to do patience. I'm going to make sure I put this in the right way. if I'm putting this in the right orientation. I'll find out in a second. But you know what? This one has to be over here. Well, I'm gonna pause this video for a second so I can get a better grip on this. Give me a second. I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, I'm back. So what I did, I was fighting with these two little screws right here. They happen to be fly heads, so I got the fly heads in there. These ones here are fly heads too, so I got that in there. So theoretically, the wire comes in here. You tighten these down so the wire doesn't pull back out. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna slide. I don't know if this is. I'm not sure if that's enough light. I guess you guys can see what I'm doing. So in the same orientation that we have here, I'm gonna keep it pretty much the same way. Let's slide these right in there. Hopefully they're skinned off enough that they're gonna work. And they look like they are gonna work, so we'll just stick these in here. And that's the reason why you kill the power, because if these were live, you'd be sparking all over the place. You'd be sparking like crazy. So we're gonna get that, kind of feed it through. Kind of shimmy it up nice and slow. Shimmy it again. Shimmy it again. A little bit more. A lot of just patience. You know, you gotta have patience. You can't try to like use brute force and try to force it in there. Well, you could do that. You just get more frustrated. That one looks like it's gonna drop straight in. This one looks like it's gonna drop straight in. So now push it a little bit more. Okay, looks like we're right there. That looks like it's tight. Let me push it up a little bit more snug, just to make sure they're all gonna receive each other properly. Looks like that's in there. Okay. Just do another thorough check at it, just to make sure. Give it extra light. This one could come up a little bit. There we go. Okay, cool. Looks like it's in there. I could shove these down just a tad. Oh no, that's nice. That's decent. I'm gonna shove it just a tad bit more, just to touch the insulation a little closer to the right about there should be good. Now you just don't want to see too much insulation sticking out. That's the main thing. We're gonna just tighten these up. It's pretty straightforward. This is the well, we're gonna call that the neutral, because that's what it is. The ground is not there. This is, we'll call it the black wire line 1 and the red wire line 2. And hopefully the customer gets the well, this is an older house, so technically you don't have to upgrade it. If it was a new install, you should do it. This is an existing, so I guess they kind of like grandfathered in on the old existing. But technically, once you do anything new to it, you're supposed to change it over too. So, but some people don't. Okay, so get those nice and snug. But tighten this ground wire up too, because we don't want this ground wire bouncing all over the place. You don't never want to have a wire, a loose terminal just bouncing. So we'll snug that up so it's not loose. You know, in the future, that ground terminal would be used tighten these up. And for some reason they make all these flatheads, so I don't know why, but we just gotta get used to flatheads on this one. Put that wire in there. Kind of even them up on both sides. Nice and take your time, no rush. I don't know why they made these flatheads, but I like to kind of alternate just to make sure I'm tightening it kind of smoothly on there. Kind of keep alternating back and forth till you get it snug. This is just so the wires don't pull out of the receptacle. On this side, I think we're done with that. And okay, that's pretty good. Now we're gonna screw these. I'm gonna force these in. These flatheads, and flatheads are not as easy as Phillips to force in. And I'm just gonna force it into the wood. So unless I could find the same, maybe I could find the same exact holes. That might make it easier. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see how we can do this. I think I see one of the holes that was right here. That wire's kind of like right in the spot where it would be. I can't even see that. Okay. Maybe I should get the other one in before I tighten it all the way in. Hopefully this one lines up too. If not, we'll be forcing a hole somewhere. It looks like we lucked out. And that doesn't happen too often. No, this is just a matter of tightening it back on the wood. That's nice and snug. Now, we could test it. Well, I guess I test it before I put the cover on to make sure it's working. I'm pretty sure it should be working, but if not, then there's something drastically wrong. So between here and here, I should have. See if I can show the meter at the same time. I should have 240 or 220 here and here. That's 240. Right here I should have 120. So I got 120. Here to here I got 120. So that's working properly. So they now have a outlet that they can use, and go from there. I put the cover on, and we pretty much did what we had to do on our part. Now it's up to them if they want to switch it over. They don't have to switch it over. The dryer is still gonna work. Am I under or over? I guess I'm under. I thought I had to go over. All right, so right there. Am I using the right screw for that? Yep, always use the right screw. Never Never use the wrong screw if you can help it. And that's it. We gonna put the screw all the way in. Now flatheads are always, you gotta take your time with the flatheads. You just gotta take your time. Get nice and snug. Don't want it falling off. Let's get a little bit more tight. Don't want to over tighten it either. You want it enough that the. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's it. We took the old one out. 3-prong, and put a 4. The only thing that we're missing is the 4 conductors, or the 3 conductors with ground, I should say. Like this one here is an older one. This is an older house, so this is all old wiring. That's probably, I don't know what year they did that, but there you have it. Changed it out, and I guess I could plug the dryer in, maybe test the dryer, make sure it works too, right? Well, that's not for me to do, but I guess I could do it. Let's see if I can plug the dryer in real quick. If I can get this, which way is it facing, up and down? This is gonna be facing upwards like this. Do I have it facing the right direction? I'm facing it the wrong way. Let's go this way. Here we go. Always pay attention to the orientation of the outlet. So the dryer is on. See if I can, I don't know how you even work this thing. Can I start it? Here we go. So it's working. So the customer can use the dryer. I guess I open the door to stop it, right? That's one of those ones you have to stop it by the dial. Ooh. Here we go. All right. So, learn something new every day. All right, guys. I just installed the dryer outlet, or I should say replaced it. Replaced the 3-prong with a 4-prong. The only thing is it's missing the ground, but it's okay to do it. It's still gonna work. Is it right? I'll say no, because it's not done the right way, but nevertheless the customer's gonna be happy. They can use their clothes tonight, and they make some changes down the line to run some new wire. And copper wire, by the way, is getting very expensive, so if you're gonna buy wire and any copper, buy it now before the price goes up in the next 6 months to a year. So keep that in mind too. The price of copper is almost doubling. Catch you guys in the next one.